Hello, world. Welcome to episode 66 of the Jimmy Canz Show. It's prediction time there, Rod. It is WrestleMania Backlash.
So it's not regular backlash. This is
No, it's not regular back.
WrestleMania.
It's WrestleMania Backlash. I don't know why it's got to be a WrestleMania Backlash. Why we can't just be Backlash? But I mean,
Is it SummerSlam pre-lash?
yeah, SummerSlam pre-lash Money in the Bank sell series.
Okay, series. I like it. I like it. Rumble.
All right. This will be coming to us live from Tampa in the Thunderdome at the Yingling Center.
And I can't wait until we're beyond Thunderdome.
You and me both. You know, it. You know, I'll put it this way. I guess Thunderdome's better than a completely empty, static arena. At least you're seeing some reactions. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
I miss live crowds. Hopefully, we get back to it here pretty soon.
And not to cross too many sports over, but they had the biggest live indoor event, sports event this weekend with the Canelo Alvarez fight. They had 73,000 people in Cowboy Stadium this weekend. So I think, and man, it felt like the old Tyson fights, and it's I think we're almost beyond Thunderdome. That's the last I say on it. That's the last I say on it.
Word is that they want to get back to touring either, with SummerSlam or just before, just after, somewhere around that SummerSlam timeframe is when they want to start touring again.
Right.
And they want SummerSlam to actually have live crowds. And the rumor and innuendo right now, if you will, is that SummerSlam will be from the Mecca. Good old MSG.
Okay. Okay.
That's the scuttlebutt at this point in time.
It'll be huge.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to see because New York's been pretty stringent. You know what I mean with their protocols and everything. So that would all kind of be dependent on whether or not New York, loosens things up a little bit to allow them to.
And hopefully they're trending in that direction with vaccinations or whatever.
Well, I mean, everybody's trending that way, but I mean, like some states are being more cautious than others and are opening up slower than others. It all just depends on like. What's the point of doing it at MSG? What MSG is about 25,000 seat arena?
Yeah.
What's the point of going into MSG if they're like, oh, you could put 2,000 people in?
Yeah, and I just told you, Dallas Cowboy Stadium just has 73,000.
Yeah, but that's a stadium. You know what I mean? That's 100,000 seats, 100,000 plus seat stadium, especially for a boxing setup. That you can fit over 100,000. So you're only at 70% capacity there. So you can still have some distancing.
And that's my point. Like, why if MSG is not going to open up and let them really pack it, do it right, they can find another venue that would.
Right, I agree wholeheartedly. So let's get into this. First match we are going to discuss is a triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship. Champion Rhea Ripley defending against two former champions in the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, and the Queen herself, Charlotte Flair. Who you got in this one, Rod?
I think Rhea comes out victorious in this one.
Rhea to retain. I'm going to agree with you. Rhea to retain. She just got it, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to take it off her at this point.
Especially for anybody, and especially for either one of these two, right?
I mean, Charlotte's had the title so many times. I mean, I could definitely see, Charlotte being champion again. You know what I mean? But I just don't think it's the time to flip it back. Let's see what Rhea can do. Give her a chance. Don't have her lose her first defense.
Agreed.
So next up, we will discuss the Universal Championship match. The head of the table himself, acknowledge him, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, who will have Paul Heyman in his corner and probably the Usos as well, who knows, defending against the Swiss cyborg himself, that wrestling purist, Cesaro. I'll start this one off, and I'm going to say that Roman retains.
Okay. Well, let me start by saying, my son Rodney and I have been talking about this feud, and we like it. I love it. It is one of the better. It harkens me back to like a really, really good time in wrestling. The visuals of Cesaro and Roman, like the aesthetic of that clash of matchup. And Cesaro's technical proud, it just is one of the better feuds. I even like it better than the Kevin Owens Roman feud.
Yeah.
That being said, I think it's all great work, but at the end of the day, I think Roman retains, and we keep that train rolling into bigger and bigger fights.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I'm on the Roman. I'm on the Roman train too right now.
But this has been not surprisingly, but this has been refreshingly good. I like this feud.
Yep. Next up, we will discuss the recently added match, just added last night, a lumberjack match between Damian Priest against the Miz.
Yes.
I'm gonna say I think that they're rolling with Damian Priest right now. I think they see something in the kid and they're pushing him right now. So I'm gonna say, oh, I'm sorry, it's you.
Well, I agree, but the thing is that if it's WrestleMania Backlash, so I was looking for the opportunity for it to be some backlash because of WrestleMania. And as you'll see with a lot of my picks, I don't find a lot of room for that a lot of places. So I'm going to sneak Miz in with a win over Damian Priest in this WrestleMania Backlash show.
Well, now, like I said, I'm going to go with Priest simply because, like, you know, yeah, he got the win at Mania with Bad Bunny, but that was like to showcase Bad Bunny. I think that if they really want to cut bait with Priest, give him a singles win.
I agree. Like I said, I was looking for the where is the WrestleMania Backlash going to happen at? And you'll see with a lot of my picks, this might be it for me.
Next up, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship is on the line. The father-son tandem of Mysterios, Rey and Dominik, taking on the tag team champion Dirty Dawgs, Dolph Ziggler, and the glorious Robert Roode. I'm saying Mysterios take the titles.
Okay. I think we're in agreement on this one. I got the Mysterios. I think it's time now for them to, they've earned it. They've done the work.
Well, like I said, they've been talking about, for the last few weeks, how they could be the first father-son ever to win tag. So, like, why do you keep bringing it up and keep bringing it up and keep bringing it up and then not do it?
They just lose so much. That's the only intrigue. That's the only bit of intrigue that makes it possible that they lose.
They've been booked pretty strong here the last couple of weeks. They've been
I mean, historically, they're big fights, and not both. I mean, particularly, what's the baby's name? Baby boy, Dominik. You know what I mean? They didn't come in and just put him on a flowery bed of like wins. He came in and has had to earn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's been some big matches that he's lost. So, but I think that this time, that's why I think that right now it's time for balance. Let them have it.
Yeah. Well, plus I've heard some rumblings too that there are plans to have the like the Samoan dynasty type deal going on with Roman as champion and the Usos as tag team champions. And I think if they're planning on doing that, you got to get the titles onto some baby faces for the Usos to take it off. So
I see the chess in that.
Yeah. So next up, SmackDown Women's Championship, new champion EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, defending against the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion in history, Bayley. What you got, Rod?
I got Bianca to retain. I think it's just as a solidification. It's making her a made champion. She already beat Sasha. Why not beat the other half and Bayley? And
I'm going to agree. I got Bianca. Like I said, it's similar to Rhea. You just made him champion. It makes no sense to turn around and change it, in their first defense.
And that's part of my comment about I was looking for where can I find the backlash, right? I got a lot of retaining going on. So so I'm trying to find where's the backlash from WrestleMania.
Yeah. All right. And last but not least, at least in terms of announced matchups, another triple threat. This one for the WWE Championship. You got the Chief Hurt Officer himself, WWE Champion Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, defending against the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, and the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna say Lashley retains.
I agree. I think if you take that title, it's a big match. It's a good match, but I don't think you change the title here. You got SummerSlam that you could potentially try to get a big moment for a title change. We got Money in the Bank too. It's. I think there's bigger opportunities for that title change whenever they decide to do it. So.
Although, I mean, the only thing that kind of has you, considering, the possibility is the fact that the last time Lashley lost the championship, it was in a triple threat where he wasn't the one that lost.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another triple threat, and they've been talking about, you know what I mean? So, like, it's a way if they want to switch the title and still protect Lashley in terms of how they built up the character.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, if that's the case, then either, Braun or Drew has to take the fall.
Yeah, and who's going to take the fall, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like one way somebody's got to take the fall, to get it off of him. So
I think right now that if someone had to take the fall, it would be Drew, though.
Possible. I mean, he took the fall to him at Mania. So yeah. I mean, well, but they still made him look strong because like they had him pass out. They did the Austin Brett finish where I didn't submit, I just passed out and the referee stopped it.
Yes, the power of reality choked me to death.
So those are our Backlash predictions. We're only different on one match here, Rod. So that'll be interesting. It's that Miz Damian Priest. That's our only discrepancy in this one.
Yeah.
Next month we will have Money in the Bank.
Oh,
that's always an interesting one. Hopefully we just get a normal Money in the Bank this year, and we're not running all around WWE headquarters like they did last year and throwing people off the roof.
Yeah. I think we can get away from that this time.
Let's hope so. So there you have it. Please, play along. Give us your picks down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Anything you want to plug, Rod?
Not at this time, y'all. I think we're about to be beyond. I'm riding with this. We're about to be beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah. We're about to be beyond Thunderdome. We're all looking forward to it. So, as I always say, wherever you are, we hope you're doing well. Take care of one another, and we will see you when we see you.
All right.